the stage has been set for the midterm elections in November, now just 89 days away.
A race which could determine control of the Senate will have Democrat Mandela Barnes challenging Senator Ron Johnson.
And Trump-backed businessman Tim Michels will take on Governor Tony Evers on November 8th. Lots to unpack today with director of the Marquette Law School poll, Charles Franklin. Welcome back.
Hi, Charles. Good to see you.
Good to be here.
I think one of the biggest surprises of the night had to be Michels' victory over Clayfish, the margin of error.
Yeah, I think a 5-point margin. That's not a blowout, but it was a solid win. And when you look at the map, Michels did very well across most of the regions of the state. In contrast, Clayfish won some of the southeastern counties and Dane County, but she didn't win them by anything like the margins that she won in the lieutenant governor's race in 2010 or that other Republicans have won in that region. So the balance of her underperforming her own past in places of strength and Michels' breadth was really, I think, the recipe. And as I say, a 5-point win's a solid win. It's not a blowout.
So it's Michels against Evers come November. How do you think that matchup is going to be?
Well, I think it puts us in the position of a newcomer in Michels. Granted, he ran in 2004, so it's a little bit of the business Republican, but with an overlay of the Trump support that Michels received. And how much will Michels run as a Trump champion, the way he did to some extent in the primary, and with Trump's backing so much? Or will he try to move to the middle? And I think that's a difficult choice. You don't want to turn off the base that got you the nomination, but on the other hand, Trump is pretty unpopular in the state among the electorate as a whole, even as he is also very popular among Republicans.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Let's take a look at the Senate race now. And all eyes, the whole country is going to be watching our Senate race between Mandela Barnes and Ron Johnson.
Absolutely. It's a big race. Control of the Senate is obviously a really big thing. And once the other Democrats dropped out of that race, it became a bit of a foregone conclusion. So there wasn't much drama on Tuesday night on that race. But both sides have already signaled that they plan to attack soon and attack often. And so I think we will see a real knockdown, drag out in the ad campaigns and the criticisms each side has of the other.
And the money that will be coming
It's
for
predicted
that race.
$700 million to $1 billion is going to be spent on this.
Yes, I'm not sure
there
will be no ads for laundry detergent at all. It will all be non-stop political ads.
So what else surprised you overnight?
I think how close some of the races were. The Attorney General's race was very close. And also, I think the biggest surprise has to be how close Robin Vos came to losing his assembly seat.
2 percentage points.
2 percentage points, 260 votes at the last count I saw. And this is so striking in such a solidly conservative Republican district, with the Speaker of the Assembly, the most powerful, most influential conservative Republican over the last decade plus. And he almost lost because Republican primary voters wanted to do what Democrats could never do, defeat Robin Vos. I think you just have to appreciate both how extraordinarily close that was and what it says about the party.
Well, and Steen, the challenger, was endorsed by Trump.
And there's that Trump effect again. I think actually you could argue that Trump has a bigger effect in a race like that with a little-known challenger in a real small constituency than in the governor's race, where, of course, there were all these ads and everything. People knew about the governor's race. But I doubt that Steen was a household name even in the district until Trump got behind him and introduced him at the Waukesha rally last week.
So Trump still is a major force.
Oh, there's no question he's a major force. He still has a 70% or so favorability rating among Republicans. So the party is still really strong behind him. Now, it is somewhat lower, around 60% or a little less, that say they would like him to run for president again. So there's a little slippage in the party. But it's still, majority of the Republican Party is behind Trump, whether it's a 2024 election or his favorability ratings. But that's the big divide between there and among independents and, of course, Democrats.
Despite all his legal problems.
Despite everything.
Despite January 6th.
You want to list them all, go right ahead, but I don't know if we have a half hour.
Only an hour show there. Well, so you have any polls coming out soon?
It will be out next Wednesday.
Oh, great.
We're going to start calling tonight, and we'll see what people think now that we have definite candidates for the fall.
So see you next week?
I hope so.
We'll pencil you in. We'll ink you in.
I appreciate it.
Charles, thanks for being with us.
Good to see you, Charles.
Thanks.